read it. I read it twice there, 3 times actually, and I keep landing on the same number.
More than half the people scammed in America last year told nobody. Not a friend. Not a hotline.
The silence is not a personal response to a personal event. The silence is a business.
It was not random. It was not evenly distributed. It had shape. It had a designed pattern.
What the survey found is not that victims are passive. They are making active decisions to stay quiet.
That is a fundamentally different thing, Carol.
And I would argue, from personal experience, that decision is correct. Both times I reported, I got a case number and a confirmation.
4 years of nothing, except I also got calls from the original scammers. Reporting put my name back into circulation. I stand by one experience. The survey asked tens of thousands of people. Are you with me on this?
What reason?
Shame. They said they felt too embarrassed. That was the leading
Bureaucratic
response.
futility. Not fear of retaliation. Shame. That's worse. Yes, it is.
Marcus Delgado reported. He found out exactly what that costs. He is still deciding if it was worth it.
A national survey found fewer than 1 in 3 fraud victims reported to any official body, federal agencies, state divisions, local enforcement, any of them.
These are just the people who responded to the survey. The ones who wouldn't answer, those aren't in here.
Researchers call it the dark figure, crimes that never appear in any database because no one who experienced them spoke.
My sister asked me once to directly have, she said, Dorothy, did anything strange happen with your bank a few months back? She had read something in a magazine. She was trying to give me an opening. I closed it. I knew exactly where to call. You want to know the part that gets me? 72% said they knew where to report. They knew. And still.
2% knew where to go. Fewer than 1 in 3 went. Knowledge and action are not the same
The barrier is not informational. Knowing the FTC exists and choosing to call it are two completely different acts.
I knew exactly where to call.
The unreporting pattern held regardless of age, 26 or 74, regardless of loss, $23 or $11,000. The silence was not one type of person.
Phone call, email, social media, in person, it did not matter. The silence was the same every
Something
time.
operates beneath the individual decision. Something the scammers understand better than the institutions trying to stop them.
And I said no when my sister asked. I looked at her and I said no.
Survey document sits right there, every percentage.
The silence is not the product of any single type of person. It operates beneath the individual decision, and the scammers counted on it.
I was in the car business for 22 years. I thought I could read a sales pitch.
The email had 3 grammatical errors. I saw them. I thought, doesn't
It's a
mean
rationalization loop. The errors are sometimes deliberate. They make the target feel superior.
And then the target is inside the conversation before they have decided to enter.
I know that now. Knowing it now does not help with what I felt after.
And what you felt after, is that what stopped you from telling people about it?
I told 3 people. 3 out of maybe 40. 2 of them said,
not cruel, genuinely curious. 2 words that were enough to make the third person Marcus told the last.
First lock is what the victim tells themselves. The second lock is what the people they trust say without meaning to.
Stage 1. The physical realization, a chest sensation, cold alertness. The body recognizes danger while the mind is still catching up. Stage 2. The review. Victims always find the hinge point, because the scam is designed so that the hinge is always visible in retrospect. Stage 3. The concealment calculation. In most cases it completes within 72 hours. It almost always lands in the same place. Silence.
Silence is not irrational. When you run the calculation, it feels like the only move that stops the
That is
bleeding.
exactly the calculation I ran. And the scammer never had to be in the room for any of it.
My neighbor reported one. Filled out everything, kept copies, even called twice to follow up.
Most people in your position would have asked me to co-sign something. A plan, timeline, a guarantee.
A year later, she told me they sent her a pamphlet about how to recognize scams in the future. Here is your return on investment. She was 73 and drove to the library for that.
Building the thing that makes the guarantee unnecessary. If it doesn't work, I go back to work. We figure out the rest. That was always the plan.
The process is not built for the person who speaks up. It is built for data collection.
Phone scam, we can scan FTC. Online My IC3, bank involved, security number, SSA OIG.
I would not know where to start.
By the time they look it up and feel the confusion, it is not just shame anymore. It is also labor.
We had that conversation.
And the outcome of all that labor, a pamphlet.
The agreement held, but in year one, someone ran the numbers on Joel's situation and came back with a 92% probability of failure.
If the caller becomes reluctant, introduce a third authority.
The scam industry operates on research, operational research that calculates the exact probability a victim will report.
From a recovered training document. Analyzed by a university fraud research team.
They teach agents to make reporting feel unnecessary. Not scary. Unnecessary.
That's actually elegant in a disgusting way.
The redundancy script replicates bureaucracy. It makes the scam feel like a legitimate institutional
The whiteboard
process.
holds one word in capital letters, redundancy. Marcus Delgado has drawn a circle around it.
They also know the timing window. The highest probability of reporting is in the first 48 hours. A victim who does not report within 48 hours has less than a 12% chance of ever reporting.
Multiple calls, a supervisor, a case number paying, all specifically structured to fill that window with activity. The scammer does not need to silence the victim. The victim silences themselves.
The 48-hour window is not a metaphor. It is a documented behavioral pattern the scam industry exploits with deliberate precision.
This is not a flaw in the system. This is the system.
Fraud enforcement agencies operate on a picture that represents, at best, 1/3 of what actually happened.
It says here that fraud reporting agencies see roughly or less of actual
Which means
incidents.
the agencies are making decisions about staffing, about priority enforcement areas based on 30% of the data.
How do you fight something you can only see a third of?
Researchers modeling fraud from survey data estimate actual incidents are multiple times larger than the numbers appearing in official
Every
reports.
victim who does not report is also a data point that does not exist.
And a data point that does not exist cannot trigger an investigation. And a data point that does not exist cannot trigger an investigation.
So my not reporting also affects people who haven't been scammed yet. I did not think about that part.
Neither did I, until I started reading the research. And then I thought about it a lot.
In most crime categories, imperfect reporting still produces enough data to generate some deterrent. In scam fraud, the feedback loop between incident and enforcement response is
They built
broken.
their operation around the fact that we wouldn't say anything. They counted on it.
They know it the way a business knows its operating margins. They have built their projections
The
around
silence is not a side effect of their work. It is the business plan.
Dorothy now knows her silence was not neutral. The next question is whether knowing that changes anything she does next.
They did not improvise. Every role had a name and a script.
The organizational structure of large-scale fraud is not anarchic. It is a layered business with division of labor and training pipelines.
One analyzed set of training materials described a metric called the recontact window.
40 to 72 hours after last contact. The window when a victim is still processing and most susceptible to authority reinforcement.
Protocol specified agents should recontact between 40 and 72 hours because victims in that window are still in the processing phase.
I got a call at 51 hours. They said they were from the resolution department.
I knew it was the same operation. And I stayed on the line for 6 minutes anyway.
Why?
Resolution department sounded like progress. After 2 days sitting with it, I wouldn't say good, it sounded necessary.
That is exactly what they designed it to do.
I know. I knew it while I was on the phone. And I stayed on the line anyway.
Knowing the mechanism does not automatically protect you from it. Scams operating on emotional states succeed even with aware targets.
Everything in those scripts had one goal: keep the victim inside the interaction, because the moment they step outside, the operation loses its surface.
Well, that's comforting.
Most people who are scammed never file a report. Marcus Delgado did. What happened next is why most people do not.
I had everything organized. The bank, the documentation, everything.
The FTC email said the information would be used to protect others. I held on to that.
He filed within 36 hours. Bank on record. Documentation complete. By every metric the reporting system values, he was an ideal
3
reporter.
days later, I got a call from a number I did not recognize.
Call to offer recovery services for a fee.
Recovery scams. They watch the reporting databases. A confirmed victim is a high-value target.
My sister saw enough detail in a consumer newsletter to call and ask if it
Researchers
was
call it the secondary victimization pattern. The act of reporting made Marcus visible to a second predatory operation. The fee would have been a second
My
loss.
sister saw enough detail in a consumer newsletter to call and ask if it was me.
Name was in a newsletter?
Not my name.
The type of scam, the region, the timing. She recognized it. The act of reporting had made the information partially visible. I had not chosen to tell her.
That is why I don't report.
I would do it again. Not because it felt good, most of it didn't.
Somebody has to put information in the system, or the system has nothing to work with.
Case for reporting must acknowledge what reporting costs. An incomplete argument does not change behavior. Only an honest one does.
Researchers expected age to explain the silence. They looked at the numbers across every adult bracket. The pattern did not
My
cooperate.
daughter was scammed 2 years ago. She said nothing for 4 months. I found out by accident.
She said she did not want anyone to worry about her.
This can't continue indefinitely. We have to make a decision about the trust by the end of the week, regardless of the consequences.
The underreporting rate was high across every adult age bracket. Younger adults reported at only marginally higher rates.
She did not want me to worry.
The victim hides the event from the people they trust.
Older adults said embarrassed. Younger adults said pointless. The emotional texture differed. Their outcome was identical.
Victims who live alone report at lower rates.
Consistently.
No one to accidentally tell.
For some victims, living alone removes a source of accidental disclosure. The absence of a witness is not a disadvantage. It is
My
chosen.
daughter is 29. Someone stole her phone and got into 2 accounts.
She said it in different words. So did everyone else in the study. Different words.
Reporting
same meaning.
extends the experience of being victimized. For people dealing with shame and loss, extension feels like punishment.
Just wanted it to be over.
That's the one. Dignity shield. The instinctive move to protect your sense of self-possession by refusing to make it visible.
I do not know if she was wrong.
The act of showing up is visible from outside. This is where it starts.
I almost didn't come.
I almost didn't come. Most people who show up almost didn't.
She crossed the linoleum floor deliberately, placing her bag carefully on the table before taking her seat next to Marcus.
Not what happened. What you told yourself in the 48 hours after.
Marcus turned the wedding band on his right hand. One full slow rotation, then returned his left hand to the
I
table.
told myself I should have known better. That was the story I used.
I told myself I was lucky it hadn't been worse. Which was true.
I told myself the system was the problem. Which is also true.
She uncapped the marker with both hands. She did not speak yet. Wrote the word in capitals, one slow stroke at a time. Different stories, 3 different protective mechanisms, one result.
3 different stories.
3 different protective mechanisms. One result.
The first step is saying out loud in a room that it happened. Just that.
The most common catalyst for reporting is not a government campaign. It is one person who described it first. The report is not the point. The point is precision. Precision forces the first clear review of the
Dorothy
event.
almost didn't come. She came. That is where it starts.
Same building, same stoop, same railing, everything the same, except the hour and what she knows now.
They were face down before I turned them over. I have been standing out here for about 10 minutes, deciding.
I keep thinking about what Renee said, that my not reporting also affects people who haven't been scammed yet.
She called me. First time she has called anyone since it happened.
Scammers had done their own research. They knew silence was the outcome before any institution confirmed it.
Every person who stays quiet is a green light. The next call goes out faster.
I had thought about what it cost me to say it.
I had not thought about what it cost the next person that I didn't.
All right.